Hey everybody, what's up? It's peak spooky season, and so far Katora has had all the fun on the channel. Well, today I'm changing that. Today, I'm going to take a bunch of pool noodles and turn them into a spooky 8-legged friend. After a little bit of research, I decided the best course of action for the armature, or skeleton if you will, of my 8-legged friend is pool noodles. And this part of the project really did not go as easily as I was hoping. There was a decent learning curve with this one, and that is why you see me use a variety of different glues, tapes, and zip ties to put this baby together. After watching a few videos from Stiltbeast Studios on his spider project, heat is really the best form of adhering two noodles together, but you have to be quick about it. You heat the two ends up and immediately stick them together. Speed is the key. I started construction with the spider's head, or cephalothorax, and then did the abdomen, which Argyup spiders have a little bit different shape than I guess the typical wolf spiders you see everybody gravitate to. Argyup spiders have a larger bulbous abdomen and have a flatter, more pancake-like head. The outside of the head was just your basic oval shape, and then I reinforced it with pool noodles going through the middle. The abdomen of the spider is a kind of a bulky almond shape. I started with 4 longer cuts of pool noodle to get the basic shape sculpted, and went back and reinforced it with smaller cuts to make sure everything was structurally sound. The sculpting out of the way, I now had to join the body with the head. And the best way to do that? The simple zip tie. To help the illusion along with this jumbled mess of pool noodles are supposed to look like a spider, I skinned the skeleton with black pantyhose. Except the abdomen. My spider has an awful lot of junk in the trunk, and the pantyhose were not fitting. Fortunately, Katora had some leftover black fabric, which did the trick beautifully. After mucking around with the body of the spider, the sculpting of the legs went much smoother. It also helps that I was going for the iconic pose of a garden spider, all 8 legs straight out, making an X pattern. No extreme shaping is necessary. legs then got primed in a matte black, and I went through with a spray foam to cover up some imperfections and to fill in the hollow center of the pool noodles. To finish off the legs, they got taken back outside and spray painted black once more, and I went through and gave it tan stripes. The next phase of my journey was my spider's hairdo. All spiders have really fine hairs covering their bodies, and for my spider's hair, I again took advice from Stilt Bee Studios and found a nice chunky yarn from my local thrift store. I cut it into small pieces and spread out the fibers, and then using silicone caulk, I attached it to my spider's head. It was a slow process, but as they say, slow and steady wins the race. Another important part of a spider's anatomy is its fangs, and that is what's next. To craft my spider's two gnarly gnashers, I started out with two small pieces of pool noodle and cut them into a point. Then I cut out a small strip to reduce the circumference. I molded them back together with the heat gun. I filled the hollow center and added a base at the top with a little EVA foam clay. Then 3 generous coats of a glossy black spray paint completed the pieces. Moving on to yet another very important part of a spider's anatomy, the eyes. For my spider's shiny black eyeballs, I used an acrylic Christmas ornament and 2 foam cat toys. The ornament got light sanding to help with paint adhesion before I separated the 2 halves. 2 foam balls got cut in half and primed with Plasti Dip. To finish off the 6 eyes, I reached for high gloss black enamel. The eyes were attached to the body using every crafter's best friend, hot glue. The biggest reason why I chose the garden spider was its markings. Garden spiders have a beautiful mottled black, yellow, and white abdomen. Painting my spider was a little tricky. Because I was painting on a black surface, that means I had to do multiple passes with an airbrush in both white and yellow to get the colors to be bright and vibrant. The white spots were more of a freehand process, while I used a pattern for the yellow spots. made the 2 colors pop with Vallejo acrylics. Once those colors were dry, I came back through with an airbrush using a matte black just to help the contrast between the 3 colors. The last little bit of manufacturing I had to do was to figure out how in the world I was going to attach these 8 legs to the body of the spider. After racking my brain for a little bit, this is what I came up with. 2 skinny pieces of wood with some heavy gauge steel wire bent into shape. Turned out to be the perfect solution. And I attached my little fixtures using E6000 glue and zip ties. Thank you all so much for joining me on my journey into the world of arachnids. Yes, there are a few bumps along the way, but I cannot be more pleased with how my spider turned out. To all of our subscribers, thank you. Thank you so much. Everything you've done up until this point means a whole ton to us. And if you're new here, maybe consider giving us a subscribe. Hit the like button, ring the bell, leave a comment. All those things really do make a difference in us achieving our goals. And the last little bit to do, you need to see exactly how my spider turned out.